believe I talked on the Nectar for Gaura Katha. So I saw Maharaj doing YouTube. So Maharaj is glad before. I saw YouTube, I saw very nice stuff. So I thought Maharaj can do that. And then instead of that, the time I like to go into the class. Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
So the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are very sweet. They're full of nectar. So we'll try to relish a little of the Lord's pastimes here with you this evening. I thought we'd speak about the pastime relevant to this particular time of the year, which is, well, we do Snan Yatra, right? We do Snan Yatra, the bathing of Lord Jagannath, and then at this particular time, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu leaves Jagannath Puri. Lord Chaitanya, first of all, let's go back a little bit and speak a little bit, introduce Lord Chaitanya, that as a young man, he was married and he had a very nice wife, but he wanted to leave home. He had to leave home. It was the arrangement of the Lord that he, very early in his life, he gave up family life and entered into the renounced order of life. He was only 24 years of age when he left his wife and mother and took sannyas. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left Mayapur, and it was arranged that he meet with his mother after taking sannyas. By some trickery of Lord Nityananda and Advaita Acharya, they tricked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to go to Shantipur. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas and he was thinking immediately he would go to Vrindavan because he was mad after Krishna. He had taken, first of all, he had taken initiation from Ishvara Puri in Gaya. And after taking initiation from Ishvara Puri, on his way back to Mayapur, to his home in Mayapur, he come through Kanai Natsala. Kanai Natsala means the place where Krishna is always dancing. Kanai Natsala is a very wonderful place, very mysterious place on the bank of the Ganges. It's in quite a remote area. People there, poor people, but there's an ISKCON temple there. We had land donated to us by one sadhu who was living there. He wanted to give the land to ISKCON, and we put a nice temple there now. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there to Kanai Natsala 500 years ago. At that time there was no temple there. But he came there and he was chanting his mantra, he had just been initiated. And what happened was the Lord Krishna appeared to him. Because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although he is Krishna, he has come in the mood of a devotee. He has come in the mood of Srimati Radharani. And he wants to experience what we call Radha Bhav, the love which Srimati Radharani has. No one has greater love of Krishna than Srimati Radharani. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, he's Krishna, but he's come in the mood
of Srimati Radharani because he wants to experience that love which Radha has for Krishna. And it happened that when he was in Vinayanatsala, he actually saw Krishna, and Krishna came to him. So he was always anxious, when will Krishna come again? So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came back to Mayapur, but he was always thinking of Krishna, and so it was arranged that he would leave home, he would take sannyas, and he left his young wife, and when he wanted to go to Vrindavan, because he wanted to find Krishna, and he thought Krishna must be in Vrindavan. So he took sannyas and he was going to go to Vrindavan. But Lord Nityananda tricked him and brought him instead to Shantipur. And when he was in Shantipur, they brought Mother Sachi, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's own mother, came there to see her son. And Mother Sachi, she was very broken-hearted to see her son as a sannyasi, because as a young man, he was very tall and handsome, and he had beautiful long black hair. But now he had taken sanya, and he had shaved his head, and when he put on the clothes of the sannyasi, the very brown-colored clothing of the sannyasi, the renounced order of life. So she was shocked and she was broken-hearted to see her son in this way. But anyway, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told his mother, he said, you know, if you want, I'll give it up and I'll come back with you. He said, I did this in a spur of a moment. I was foolish. I shouldn't have done it. So I'll give it up and come home with you. But Mother Sachi said, no, don't do that. If you do that, that will be terrible, because people will all criticize you, that you'd renounced the world and now you've come back again. So that is considered very bad in the Vedic culture. So Mother Sachi didn't want her son to do that. But she said, please don't go to Vrindavan, because if you go to Vrindavan, it will be very difficult for me to get news of you, because Vrindavan is so far away from Mayapur, Navadvip. So it will be very rare that I ever get any news about you. So please don't go so far away, because as a sannyasi, he cannot go home. So he has to go. Where will he go? So Mother Sachi requested him, please can you go to Jagannath Puri? Because if you go to Jagannath Puri and Navadvip are like two rooms in the same house. Two rooms in the same house. All the time people are coming and going, you know. You live in the same house. You know, you share a house with people. Somebody's in one room and you're in the other room. You meet them all the time, you know, coming and going. Sometimes you go to the kitchen, sometimes you go to the washroom. So you always meet the people in the same house. So Mother Sachi said, if you go to Jagannath Puri, then I will get news of you regularly. And that will be then I will be able to survive. But if you go to Vrindavan, it will be very difficult for me to get any news. And if I don't get any news of you, I will die. I won't want to maintain my life. Because Mother Sachi, she had two sons. The first son, he'd already gone and taken sannyas. He left home first and took sannyas. And so she got the second son, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, she got him married. And the first wife died, and so she got married again. So the second one. But Still, Mahaprabhu took sannyas. So Mother Sachi, what would she do? So she requested her son, you please go and stay in Jagannath Puri. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed that he would just go to Jagannath Puri. Although he wanted to go and stay in Vrindavan, Mother Sachi requested him go and stay in Jagannath Puri. So that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was living in Jagannath Puri and not in Vrindavan. As a devotee of Krishna, you think, oh, Krishna devotees should all live in Vrindavan. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was living in Jagannath Puri. And every day he would go to see Lord Jagannath. And he would not even look at Baladev and Subhadra. He would only look at Jagannath. And when he would see Jagannath, he would see him as Krishna. He would see him in a threefold bending form, playing a flute with a peacock feather on his head. And in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going every day to the temple of Lord Jagannath, and he would see Krishna there. He would stand at the back of the temple. At the back of the temple, there's a Garuda Stamba. Do you have a Garuda here? You don't have Garuda here. And you'll see in Mayapur, Vrindavan, they have Garuda. At the back. So he was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Jagannath Puri, there's a big pillar. And on top of the pillar is Garuda. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would always stand there at the bottom of the pillar of Garuda, and he would look at Jagannath and he would see Lord Krishna. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was relishing seeing Lord Krishna. But of course, it comes to the Snan Yatra. The Snan Yatra, the bathing, is actually the birthday of Lord Jagannath. So we just celebrated a few days ago, it was I think the 4th, on the 4th, it was on Sunday. So we had a nice festival, wherever people had Jagannath deity, they would do the ceremony, they would bathe the deity. They bathed all the 3 deities, 4 deities, Sudarshan as well. They all get bathed. And after the bathing ceremony, then the deities go into seclusion for 14 days. They go into seclusion because it said they get sick from being bathed. You know, do you get sick sometimes and maybe you bathe in the cold water or something like that? You can easily get sick. So Lord Jagannath, Lord Balaram, Subhadra, and Sudarshan, they have this pastime that after the bathing ceremony, which is actually their birthday, and it's the day in which they appeared in this world, so after their appearance, then they retire, and they have a special room where they stay, and they rest for 2 weeks. And during that time, special offerings are made to Lord Jagannath, and they offer, just like when you're sick, you don't eat the same food. You'll eat more, maybe boiled food, and lighter food, not heavy, oily food. You'll eat special foods which will help you to get back your health and to recover your strength and so on. So Lord Jagannath and Lord Balaram and Subhadra and Sudarshan, they've given also nice drinks, nice refreshing drinks which will help them to regain their health. Do you do that when you get sick? You drink some ginger tea or something like that, and lemon juice and things, to help you to recover. So they offer many these kind of preparations to Lord Jagannath and Lord Balaram, but all this for 2 weeks, and no one will get to see them. They're not on the altar anymore. You go to the temple, there's no Jainas there. Where are they? Oh, they're sick, they're in their room, they're private. You cannot see them. So Lord Jagannath away. So at that time, what will Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do? Because he come to live in Jagannath Puri, and he wants to see Lord Jagannath. He will go every day to see Krishna there. But when they're sick, he cannot see them. So what will he do? So he goes away from Jagannath Puri, and he goes to a place which is called Awana. And it's about 30 kilometers away from Jagannath Puri. And there's a famous deity there of Awana. Awana is a form of Lord Vishnu. It's a four-armed form. Now why would Chaitanya Mahaprabhu go there? It's a form of Vishnu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a devotee of Krishna. He doesn't care about Vishnu, he just wants to be Krishna. So, it's explained that deity at Alanat, that is actually a special form of Lord Vishnu, which is worshipped with Krishna mantras. Now usually a Vishnu deity will be worshipped with Vishnu mantras, but the deity at Alanat is worshipped with Krishna mantras. Why? Because this form of Vishnu, this is actually the form of Krishna. There's a pastime. There's a pastime that Krishna was dancing Rasa Lila with the gopis. And they were dancing the Rasa Lila, but Krishna saw the gopis, each gopi thinks, Krishna is dancing with me. Krishna loves me more than the other gopis. Krishna is with me. Krishna is my sweetheart. And they were thinking Krishna, and Krishna couldn't understand their mind. So Krishna disappeared from all the gopis. And so that when Krishna disappeared, then the gopis became mad. Oh, where is Krishna gone? And they began to look. They all went to search for Krishna. Where is he? Where did he go? And they went everywhere, and they were asking the trees, did you see Krishna? Did he go this way? They would ask the animals, the deer, and the parrots, did you see Krishna? Which way did he go? Have you seen him? And then actually what happened was, they came and they found that actually it was Krishna, but Krishna knew the gopis were coming looking for them. So Krishna disguised himself. He took on the form of Vishnu. Although Krishna is a two-armed form, he assumed four arms. And he took on the form of Lord Vishnu. So he was standing there in his four-armed form, holding the symbols of Vishnu, the club, and the conch, and the chakra, and the lotus, the four symbols of Vishnu. And the gopis came, and they saw Lord Vishnu. Oh, Lord Vishnu! And they offered their obeisances. They offered their bow down to Lord Vishnu, Dandaka Pranam. They said to Lord Vishnu. And then they said, Lord Vishnu, did you see Krishna anywhere? And Lord Vishnu looked and said, oh, Krishna, oh yeah, you went that way. Gopis went running off. We have to find Krishna. We want to find Krishna. So, this form of Vishnu, this is actually the deity which is there in Alana. This is it's a form of Vishnu, but it's actually Krishna in disguise as Vishnu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go there and he would spend 2 weeks there while while Lord Jagannath is sick, because Lord Jagannath needs to rest. So for 2 weeks he's resting, and then after 2 weeks, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would come back again to Jagannath Puri, because we're going to have Rati Ashra festival. Right? After Lord Jagannath gets sick, then Lord Jagannath recovers, and he says, I want to go home. I want to go and visit my family. Lord Jagannath has been living in Dwarka. He's been living in Dwarka. But his family is in Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, his mother Yashoda, Nanda Baba, and the gopis, and the gopas, all his Krishna's old friends and family. So Krishna, after he's been sick, he told his wife, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, he told her, I want to go home and see my family. But he didn't tell her exactly who he was going to see. If he told her who he was going to see, she would never let him go. But anyway, he said, I just want to go and rest for a while, let me go, and I'll come back after a few days. So this is Rati Ashra. Lord Krishna is going to go to Vrindavan. He's leaving Dwarka, which is Nilachala, and he's going to Sundarachala, which is Gundicha, the Gundicha temple, which is 2-3 kilometers down the road from the Jagannath Puri temple. So every year they pull the chariots there from Nilachal, from the big temple, Jagannath Puri. They will pull them down the road, along the road, to Gundicha, which is Sundarachala, which is actually Vrindavan. But before the Rati Ashra, the day before the Rati Ashra, they have a very important festival. They have the festival of Gundicha Marjana. Gundicha is the temple, Vrindavan, and Marjana renamed the temple. So all of our temples, we celebrate this Gundicha Marjanam. Clean the temple very thoroughly. So before Lord Chaitanya's time, usually it would be the king would send his men to clean it, Gundicha. Because Gundicha, Lord Jagannath only comes there once a year. He will only come once a year. That time he will stay for 7-8 days and then go back. So they have to clean the temple because for 1 year nobody's been there. So it gets very dusty and dirty. You know, Jagannath Puri is by the sea. So there's a lot of wind, a lot of dust, a lot of sand. So they have to clean everything. Over a period of 1 year, you can imagine what the place gets like. Maybe like when we had the COVID, when we had that horrible COVID disease, for some time you couldn't go out. So you know, in your other house or your other place or your office, or nobody went there for some time. It's very dirty, it's very dusty. So Gundicha, we will have a cleaning of that before, the day before Rati Ashra. Now it used to be the king would send all his workers, all of his soldiers there to clean it. But the soldiers, they don't clean very well. They're just doing it for their job. If it's your job, you don't bother very much. You do it, but you don't work very hard. But if you do it as a devotee, then you will do it really nice. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew that these people who were cleaning the temple, they're not not doing it very well. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told Kasi Mishra. Kasi Mishra is the priest who's in charge. And he's also a minister to the king. The king of Puri is Maharaj Prataparudra in the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the king of Puri, who's coming in the line of Indrajumna Maharaj. Indrajumna Maharaj was the king who brought Lord Jagannath to this world, who began the worship of Jagannath. And so Maharaj Prataparudra is coming in that line from Indrajumna Maharaj. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wanted to clean the temple. And he told Kasi Mishra, I want you to tell the king that we will go and clean it. I will go with all the devotees. And Mahaprabhu had thousands of devotees. Hundreds of thousands of devotees. They all come for the Jagannath Rath Yatra. If you go for Rath Yatra, you will see hundreds of thousands of people come every year for Rath Yatra. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he got everyone, all of these devotees, to go with him to clean the Gundicha temple. And he told Kasi Mishra to tell the king that we need prunes from the coconut leaf, and we need also clay pots to bring the water. So he's going to clean that water. So they got thousands of brooms and many big pots, clay pots, and all the devotees were carrying pots and brooms, and they all went to the Gundicha temple early in the morning, the day before Rath Yatra. 7 o'clock in the morning, they all went there, and they all had brooms, and they began to sweep. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told them, I want to see how much you all collect. I want to see all the dust. Because some of you are just pretending to work. You're not really sweeping. So I want each person, you keep your own, whatever you sweep, you keep it in your cloth and show me how much you collect. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would also sweep. He was sweeping the temple, and he collected more dirt than all the other devotees put together. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, he's the Supreme Lord. So he was collecting all the dust. Actually, this cleaning of the Gundicha temple, it is very significant. Because Gundicha means the heart. So cleaning the temple means, cleaning Gundicha means to clean the heart. And what is in the heart? What is it that we want to clean out from the heart? All the anarthas, all the dirty things. The kam, the krodh, the lobh, the moha, mada, matsarya, lust, anger, greed, illusion, madness, envy, fault finding, politics, arguing, quarreling, all of these things, bad things which are there in the heart. So we have to get them all out. And when you clean the heart, we want to make the heart nice and clean because we're going to invite Krishna to sit in the heart. You want Krishna, Lord Jagannath is going to come to the Gundicha temple. The temple has to be very clean. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu organized every year the cleaning of the temple. And they didn't just clean one time. They did not just clean 2 times. They cleaned 3 times. They were cleaning 3 times. The first time they would clean, then they would get the bigger things, the stones and the weeds, the big things. The second time it would be particular, so careful. And they were cleaning, and at the same time they were all chanting, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
And there's a big lake near to the Gundicha temple, and they were bringing the water in the clay pots. And they carried the pots on their head, and they were rushing backwards and forward. Sometimes they bumped into each other, and the pot would break. They have to get more pots. They were everywhere. Everyone was chanting the holy name. All you could hear was the holy name. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
The vibration, the sound of the holy name was filling the whole atmosphere everywhere. There were all thousands of devotees, all cleaning and throwing the water and cleaning. They would clean the ceiling, they would clean the walls. They didn't just clean the floor. And after they got all the dust out, they thought there was still some black spots. There were some these black spots which water was not, the brush, the broom was not enough, water was not enough. What did they have to do? They had to get some alcohol or some turpentine or kerosene or something to clean it, to get it off. And this way, they have to really endeavor. What was that? These stains which are there, which are really difficult? Well, first of all, the grains and the stones and the sand, that is all the attachment which we have to our money and to our family and all these things, the gross things, you know. We're attached to our land and our property and our beauty and whatever we have. But then the subtle things are there, these stains which are more difficult to get out. That is the subtle things which are there in the heart. And that represents love, puja, and pratishtha. Profit, adoration, and distinction. Yeah, we like these things. Love, puja, pratishtha. So these things are more difficult to remove. You have to rub harder to remove these black stains from the ground. And if we want to get rid of these things from our heart, we have to work harder. We have to chant louder. We have to do more service. And we have to develop the real humility of the devotee. What should be the mood of the devotee? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells us, Shranadapi Samichena one should be more tolerant than the tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, ready to offer all respect to others and not expect any respect for himself. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. So that humble mood, to be tolerant, like the tree, just like the trees tolerate the heat and the cold, and you can come, you cut the branches, you take away all the fruit from the tree. The tree never minds, it never complains, it just tolerates. So we have to also develop that mood, that humble mood, that tolerance, that eagerness to offer all respect to others and not expect any respect for ourselves. In that way, the heart will become clean. And when the heart is clean, then we can chant the holy name. And then Krishna will be happy to come and sit in our heart and to bless us. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was personally showing the devotees the importance of cleaning the Gundicha temple. He personally showed by his example. It's not enough to tell people to do things. You have to show the example. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught by his example how to renounce the world, how to detach yourself from material sense gratification, and how to render service to Krishna constantly. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personifies this example of humility, and he would lead all the devotees cleaning the Gundicha temple every year. He would take off this utaria, this outer cloth, which the sannyasis wear, the utaria, and he would use it to rub and clean and to wash the floor. He was using his own cloth to clean everything. And he was so happy when he saw someone had collected a lot of dust. He would praise them. And he would encourage others. And he would joke and tease somebody who didn't collect anything and hadn't been doing anything. He would come and joke with them and say, "Oh, you've done so much. You've collected so much dust." And everyone would laugh because they knew he hadn't collected any dust. In this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was showing his humor and joking with everyone. And during this pastime of the cleaning of the Gundicha temple, different events took place. There was one devotee, he came with a bucket of water and he poured the water over Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. And then he took the water in his hands and drank it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not pleased with this devotee. At least externally he was not pleased. Internally he could understand, but externally he thought this is not proper. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took him by the neck and brought him to Swarup Damodar, who was the secretary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said to Swarup Damodar, "Your Bengali Vaishnava has behaved in the wrong manner. He's caused me to be an offender in the temple of the Lord. You should do something about him." So Swarup Damodar took that Bengali and he took him out. He took him out, ejected him from the temple. He said, "You're going to behave like this, you cannot be here. You have to learn how to behave properly." The devotees have to behave properly. Don't go touching people's feet. And don't go throwing things on water on their feet and drinking the water. That is not the way to get the mercy of Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought that was one pastime took place. Another thing which happened during the cleaning of the Gundicha temple was that Shivananda Singh had brought his sons there. So Shivananda Singh's sons were there, they were helping clean the temple. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at one point, he requested the son of Shivananda Singh to chant the holy name and dance. So the son, the young boy, began to dance. But he was dancing and suddenly he fainted. He collapsed and he fell unconscious. All the devotees were worried. Oh, what is wrong? He's collapsed, he's unconscious. Maybe he's going to leave the body. And they were chanting the names of the Lord. Some were calling to Lord Nrsimhadev. They thought he's going to leave the body. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there and he put his hand on his chest and said, "Gopal, get up and dance." Immediately the boy came back to life and he got up and began to chant and dance. So this was another pastime which took place during the cleaning of the Gundicha temple. So cleaning of the Gundicha temple. We will clean the temple. It's very nice to clean the temple. we have a lot of good. The attachments, the greed, the envy, the anger, with all the things which are there in the heart, we have to get them out. In order to develop love for Krishna, we have to clean the heart. So cleaning the heart, of course, Sankirtan is also cleaning the heart. We say Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us in the Shikshastikam, Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Darpana is the mirror, and Cheta. Marjanam is cleaning, Cheta is the heart. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. To clean the heart, the mirror of the heart, by the chanting of the holy name, by Sankirtan. And along with Sankirtan, we do service also. Not only Sankirtan, but we have to do service. We have to clean the temple. Temple should be so clean, just like Lord Krishna was living in Dwarka, and he had 16,108 palaces, one for each of his wives. And the wives were cleaning every day. Although there was no dirt, there was no dirt there, but still every day they would be cleaning because they want to make the place so clean for Lord Krishna to be there. Lord Krishna likes to see everything neat and clean. Srila Prabhupada also taught us cleanliness is next to godliness. So we must keep everything always neat and clean. And very important for us. So clean the temple and clean the heart also. We want to clean the heart by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra and by serving Krishna, doing service. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us. Srila Prabhupada also taught us. Sometimes Srila Prabhupada will show us how to clean. We saw one time that these devotees were cleaning the floor, and Prabhupada told us, no, not like that. And Prabhupada said, get me the bucket of water. And they got a bucket of water, and Prabhupada put water on the floor, and then Prabhupada got down on his hands and knees, started to scrub. They like this. Prabhupada was showing by his example. That's very important. We have to show example to others. How to serve Krishna, how to clean the temple, and how to chant Hare Krishna also. That's very important. Okay, are there any questions? Yes, Guru?
King Pradhamudra also Ramananda Roy, both of them really are in a very elevated position. King Pradhamudra and Ramananda Roy, both are materially very elevated, right? But Lord Chaitanya grant audience for Ramananda Roy, but he refused for King Pradhamudra. Right? Is there any reason for that?
Is there a reason why Lord Chaitanya restricted Maharaj Prataparudra from meeting him, but he was very liberal with Ramananda Rai? Well, Ramananda Rai, remember, is not a king. Prataparudra is a king. So a king is a materialist, generally a king is a materialistic person. Has a lot of wealth and enjoys a lot of sense gratification. And a sannyasi, particularly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, as a sannyasi in the line of Shankaracharya, they're very strict about who they will associate with. They will not mix with Vishayis. A Vishayi is a materialistic sense enjoyer. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refused to meet Maharaj Prataparudra because Maharaj Prataparudra was a king. And wasn't good at that particular time for a sannyasi, someone like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to associate or to be mixing with a materialistic person like a king. That's why he didn't want to meet Maharaj Prataparudra. But Ramananda Rai, on the other hand, he was from a low-born, by birth he was not very elevated. He was born in the Sudra type of family, but he was a very, very learned person as a scholar. And that's why the king had put him in charge of the whole southern region of his kingdom. Maharaj Ramananda Rai was ruling on behalf of Maharaj Prataparudra. He had a big position as a servant, an assistant to Maharaj Prataparudra, because he was a very learned scholar, very well educated, although by birth he was from a low-class family. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had been told about him. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya had told him about Ramananda Rai, that Ramananda Rai knows all the mellows of love of Krishna. So when Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told him, when you go south, you must meet this person, Rai Ramananda. Rai Ramananda, he is a very, very learned, very great devotee, very scholarly. So Mahaprabhu wanted to meet him. And when he got to South India, they met on the banks of the Godavari. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then discussed with Ramananda Rai. And he put him up. They were, Ramananda Rai is actually the Gopi Vishaka. He's the Gopi Vishaka in Krishna Lila. So he had a very intimate relationship with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Maharaj Prataparudra, he's the king. He was the material. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him mercy. They did meet. The king got to massage Lord Chaitanya. And the king also got embraced by Lord Chaitanya, because the king, when he was massaging Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was reciting Gopi Gita, right? Do you also recite Gopi Gita? Huh? Yes, one of you? Some people recite Gopi Gita, yeah? And especially Katha people like to recite Gopi Gita. Vrindavan, not only Vrindavan, devotees, wherever devotees are, devotees do. So this Maharaj Prataparudra, he was giving massage to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was also reciting Gopi Gita. So he was a great devotee also. He knew the Gopi Gita and he was reciting. And when he was reciting, he came to that one verse. Sabakatam Rindam Saptarivanam Kapilviritam Kaumasapaham Shravana Mangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Prinantiye Bhuridasana. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard the verse, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became ecstatic and he embraced the king and said, Who are you? Who are you? You have done so much for me. You are Bhuridasana. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became just full of bhava. His love for Krishna awakened by hearing that verse from the Gopi Gita. So Maharaj Prataparudra got the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Of course, he had to disguise himself. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted him when he came in disguise. He didn't want to be seen with the king in public, with the king in his royal robes and everything. But he did give some mercy, like when the king's son came there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him a lot of mercy. Maharaj Prataparudra's son came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced him. He thought his son was just like Krishna. And king. He didn't agree to meet the king, but he gave some of his outer cloth to the king. And when the king got the cloth, the king worshipped it like it was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. So those are some of the dealings between Maharaj Prataparudra and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu was very pleased to see the king take the humble position to sweep for Lord Jagannath. And that's why he gives so much mercy to Prabhupada. When he saw the king actually sweeping for the Lord Jagannath, so then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, he's a real devotee, and I should give him some mercy. So that's why he got to massage him and he embraced him. But he was disguised, he put on the dress of a common Vaishnava, an ordinary devotee. He didn't come as a king. But Ramananda Rai, he's an eternal associate with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he was one of the intimate. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had 3.5 intimate associates. Swarup Damodar Goswami, Ramananda Rai, Sikhi Mahiti, and Sikhi Mahiti's sister. They were his intimate associates, who he would discuss the confidential pastimes of Radha and Krishna with. Yes?
Any questions?
And
I have a doubt regarding the Taman. Is it some earth is true or not? I don't know. I confirm here, Maharaj. They say Indimana Maharaj take a form as a when Mahaprabhu appear, Indimana Maharaj take a form as a Prataputra, as a king. To serve Mahaprabhu.
Indradumna Maharaj.
He take a form as a Prataputra. When Mahaprabhu coming in the Leela, he took as a king. True, Maharaj?
what might be, I don't know what the Gaura, there's a book, the Gaura Ganadeshtika, which is written by one of the devotees and describes the identity of the different people, who they are, how they come in Chaitanya. But certainly Maharaj Prataparudra is in the line of Indrajuna. He comes in that line, he's the descendant. Indrajuna was the king of Orissa, or Utkal, as it was called at that time. And Prataparudra became the ruler then long after Indrajuna. But whether or not it was Indrajuna coming again in Chaitanya Taman, might be, don't know. Could be. Gaura Ganadeshtika probably does say like that.
Thank you.
Maharaj? Just want to find out Snana Yatra, the appearance of Lord Jagannath at the time of the sculptor finishing the sculpture. The Snana, was the king able to do the snan at that time, or was it any other later at that time?
Who did the bathing?
After the bathing.
The king would also come, and everybody gets to do it.
Was it the first snan they did?
Was it the first time?
Oh, first, is that number one?
When they did first time, Snan Yatra means
Well, time of Indrajuna, right? The death of Indrajuna would be the first time. Yeah. When the baby is born, they give it back, is it? Yeah. No, very good time. The birthday.
So that has been continued also.
Yes. From Satya Yuga. Okay. Any other question? Thank you, Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
behalf of Taman, I'd like to thank the leaders, Mahaprabhu, Jagannath. It's very interesting. I think we learn a lot of new things today during Odisha training. A lot of new things that we learned. So I'd like to thank Maharaj for sharing this information. That's all I thank all everybody. So now what we'll do is Maharaj will give